Hey guys, Prepared Mentality here. I want to talk about our financial preparedness for 2025. Now, I know finances is a sensitive topic, but it's something that needs to be conquered in this year. I think my number one goal is to be financially free of all debt, all consumer debt, because consumer debt takes a hold of us. It literally creates a slave out of us. Credit card debt, payday loan debt, online credit debt. Debt is not a good thing when it comes to consumer debt. Now you can use debt in investments. That's a whole different topic than what I'm talking about. I'm talking about clearing the way so we can prepare for the things that we want to prepare and do the things that we want to do financially. Finances can be a burden, it can be heavy. And again, it's a sensitive topic for many people, right? There was a study going around in 2023, a survey had that 60% of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency without going into significant debt, right? That's a staggering number. And it highlights the need for every one of us to have a financial plan and a safety net. Again, I am not a financial advisor. I repeat, I am not a financial advisor, but I know a little about a lot. And I think for me and my tribe, I want us to get this financial situation intact because I know a lot of people who are in debt. I know a lot of people who are struggling to pay things off, to pay off rent, to pay off credit cards, to pay off car loans, student debt, right? You have to create a plan that works for you financially. Create a budget for yourself this year and stick with it, right? Um, you know, the cornerstone of our preparedness should somewhat have a financial aspect to it because we need funds, we need money to live in this modern day society. Whether we like it or not, it's a part of the process. So, what I want to go over here is, you know, when we get out of debt, when all our debts are gone, and we can be financially free, we can create a preparedness stash of monies for emergencies, disasters, whatever you need it for, but specifically for preparedness purposes. Um, Experts recommend 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Imagine that in this economy, 3 to 6 months of extra expenses, put it aside in a savings account, right? Many people don't have that. Many people are struggling. Many people are just trying to make it day to day to pay food bill, pay the electrical bill, pay off debt, pay off student loans. But I think even if we set a goal for yourself of how much money you think you could put away and how much money is realistically the amount that you want to put away. Let's just say each month or each pay period. So again, setting the goal, we want to determine how much we want to save. Um, we can even open up a separate account, separate from our regular checking account to reduce the temptation of spending it, right? Um, we can cut our unnecessary expenses. And I know this hits a lot of people, especially when we're eating out a lot. A lot of Americans are not cooking at home. They're eating out fast food every week. Imagine if we put those $40 to fast food in a savings. Right now, I'm not a financial expert again, But I know that most of us eat out. I know a lot of people who spend money on Amazon money, right? What can we do with that little amount? Because a little goes a long way. We want to avoid dipping into our emergency funds if we can. And so, let's focus on budgeting. We need to develop a well structured budget for our preparedness plan. Um, I think using something like the 50-30-20 rule, um, what that is basically is allocating 50% of your income needs, um, 30% to wants, 20% to savings or debt repayment. This is a great starting point, uh, but you can adjust this depending on your income, depending on your lifestyle. We have to adjust this to our priorities and preparedness. Again, we can track our spending. There's multiple apps out there that allow you to track your spending, multiple apps that give you a budget plan, financial budget plan. Little things to help you along the way. Again, guys, this year, let's focus on getting out of debt. Um, you know, let's prioritize debt repayment. Um, Debts with high interest rates, credit cards, these things can drain all of our resources. Let's focus on paying these off as quickly as possible. And still on the side, building as much as we can an emergency fund. And you want to review this fund on a monthly basis. Every month or every pay period, you review your fund, you review your budget. We can get into preparing for specific emergencies. Again, these emergencies come in many forms for financial preparedness. It's not a one size fits all, right? Um, of course, we have the natural disaster part, um, which I recommend having cash on hand in a go bag and your emergency bag, um, in case ATMs and credit card readers are not operational or the power is out. A good rule of thumb is to keep enough for at least a week or two of funds in your go bag or emergency bag. Uh, Another emergency that may come up is job loss, layoffs, right? Consider building a secondary income stream this year. There's so many opportunities out here, especially on the online platform that you can take advantage of, get to know and get to research a lot more things that you can utilize on the internet, AI technology. All of this stuff is available to us in tools to create what we want to create and create an income stream for yourselves. Freelance work, part time jobs, hobbies, all this generates revenue. Find a secondary source of income, especially if you want to pay off your debt early. Another emergency that comes up, medical emergencies, right? You go to the emergency room or you get a ride from the great ambulance team that comes and picks you up, but then you get that bill a couple months later and it's skyrocket high, right? I think everybody should consider uh, reviewing, if you have health insurance, reviewing your health insurance coverage, um, and consider even saving up, or setting up a health savings account if you can. Our medical emergencies come up, and they come up unexpectedly as well. If you guys have a home or you have a homestead or uh, things around your apartment, uh, unexpected home repairs, regular maintenance comes up. Uh, You know, major issues can come up if you own a property or a home. You know, consider these things, right? So, some of the major, let's go over this again. Some of the major emergencies that can impact our income: first, natural disasters, right? Job loss, medical emergencies, and unexpected home repairs or maintenance repairs. Now, maintenance repairs also go under our car maintenance repairs as well, because cars cost money. They cost money to maintain. They cost money to put gas in them, right? So let's put that into this as well. Um, Lastly, I want to go over some tips and resources that can help us all this year. Uh, we want to practice delayed gratification before making impulse purchases, especially when we are online and we're ordering stuff online. Let's take our time. Let's do our research. I know a lot of you guys do. You look at the reviews, but do we really need it now? Is this a need for us, or is this a want for us? Look over how much you're spending on this purchase. Wait for, wait the next day until you purchase it. Maybe you can reconsider purchasing, or maybe you don't need that item right then and there. Decide if it's truly necessary, right? Secondly, educate yourself. Financial literacy is key, whether that be books, whether that be YouTube videos on finances, um, whether that be podcasts on finances. Let's get financially smart. Let's get financially ready. And that means you guys doing the research, especially for my younger guys out there. Let's get into our finances. Let's get smart about this. Uh, Thirdly, if you can build a support system, you can share your financial goals with trusted friends, trusted family, your spouse, your partner, who can keep you accountable. We need an accountability partner. Excuse me, someone that can keep us accountable for our actions when we buy and spend stuff, um, and say, no, you don't need that. Or you go into a store, no, put that back. We can find it cheaper somewhere else. Let's try these little tricks to help us along the way. But you definitely want to have a financial accountability partner if you can. And again, lastly, stay informed. This goes into doing your own research, right? Listen to podcasts, read blogs, follow financial experts for advice and inspiration, right? I am not a financial expert. I'm just covering this topic because it was on my mind for 2025 for the tribe to get financially stable. And once you get financially stable, once we get out of debt, it opens us up for bigger and better things in the year. And it may take you all year for some of you that are really, really bad in debt, really, really bad in student loans. But that's okay. At least you started the process. There's no better time than now. But you have to want it yourself. You have to be prepared and ready. It's your preparation. Right? For me, in my house, it's for my family. I want to make sure that I'm financially stable and I'm out of debt for my family. Right? And so that's my motivation. So start small, stay consistent, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. You'll be amazed what you can accomplish within a year. But just know you're not alone in this process. We are all struggling We all have different vices that conquer our finances. Now we have to get over those humps and hills and valleys. So stay consistent, stay vigilant. I know things may get hard and troubles may come and unexpected emergencies may come. But again, we have the mindset of preparedness, we have the mindset of readiness. But I know you guys can do it. You've done many great things before. But that wraps up this video. Be safe, be healthy, stay blessed. This Prepare mentality.